also to this instructional video where I take you through the steps you need to take for you to successfully complete your online registration. So we've provided you a link to a form, an online form, which you must complete for you to successfully do your registration stroke application. Okay, so the first step before you actually, or in this process of doing the application or registration, is to ensure that you have an active internet connection. So once you have an active internet connection, you then open your web browser. A web browser is simply a program or an app on your phone or on your computer which allows you to access the system or access the link that we've provided. Okay, so in this case I'll recommend an app that you can use for you to access the system, and the app is called Google Chrome. Okay, so that's the first one here, this icon that has red, green, blue in the middle and yellow. So this one I've clicked on. This is Google Chrome. So if you don't have it, you can download it on your Play Store or in your App Store or even on your computer. This is the app that we recommend for you to use for you to not encounter too many problems as you do the online registration. So after you open your browser, the next step would be you go into the address bar, such as this one. So you then type Chreso.tutelagworld.com/register. Okay, so you type Chreso.tutelagworld.com/register. This is if you want to access the City Campus application form. Okay, so the next thing after you type that in the address bar is to click on Go. So once that link loads, or this page loads here, this means that you are now ready to start doing the application or to start with the registration process. So I'll just show you, if you were trying to apply for our Ndola campus, you'd type something a little bit different. You'd type Chreso.nd.tutelagworld.com. Okay, then /register. Then you'd click on enter or you click on go. And as you can see, the different platforms that we have for Ndola campus, for City campus, and for Makeni campus, they look a bit different. So if you're on Ndola campus, it should look brown or gold or yellow, depending on which color you see. Yeah, but it's close to that. So it displays a different color depending on which campus or platform you are on. So if we were to go to Makeni campus, would type Chreso MK dot tutelagworld.com/register. Okay, you just have to make sure that it's correctly spelled there, and then you click on go. As you can see, the color has changed there. We now have a red top here. Yeah, so it actually even has the name there, Chreso University Makeni campus. So if we're using City campus, it would write Chreso University City campus. So please make sure that you're on the correct platform If you are applying for clinical medicine, it's Makeni campus. If you are here in Lusaka, you're applying for clinical medicine here in Lusaka, you apply on the Makeni campus. If you're applying for any other course here in Lusaka, you apply on City campus. If you're applying for clinical medicine in Ndola, you apply on the Ndola campus. If you're applying for public health in Lusaka, City campus. Okay, so the Ndola campus platform allows for public health, clinical medicine, nursing, and the foundation class. Okay, so please take note of that. You have to be on the correct platform so that your application is processed and you are not inconvenienced by, you know, maybe you apply at the wrong campus, then when it's time to report and come for physical registration, then you find yourself not having been captured in the system. So please ensure that you are on the correct platform. So for this example that I'll show you, we'll stick to the City campus, but whatever I'm doing applies to all the platforms actually. So it's exactly the same if you are applying for any other campus or you are applying to any other campus. Okay, so once this form loads, basically you are presented with this first option of the academic year. Basically, you only, when you click on that option there, you only have one option under this box, because this box is the one that shows you the options that are available for this label here that's indicated. So you select what's there, which is January 2020 to December 2020. Then, as you can see down here, what's loaded are the instructions. So before you click anywhere else, please go through the instructions and make sure you're clear. So I'll read them out for you here. It says, "Dear applicant, thank you for choosing Chreso University. Kindly note the following instructions regarding your application. Please note that an initial seat deposit of 1,150 is required and is deductible from your fees, which must be paid within 14 days of receipt of your acceptance letter to secure your place." Okay. Also note that you will be required to pay 70% of the total fees before the semester registration date. Okay. So when you go down, you can see that there are more instructions there on exemptions. So the instructions on exemptions are as follows. Exemptions will be based on the prior certified qualifications and transfers from other universities. Attach relevant certified photocopies of certificates and DEET results transcripts. Attach letter of clearance from former university or universities if you've been to more than one. All exemptions will attract an exemption fee of 300 kwacha per exempted subject. Okay. So I hope these instructions are clear here. So once you are clear with those instructions, then you can now go ahead and click on course, where you now select application / registration. Okay. So once that has been clicked, you now see a button that will appear, which is down here, which is apply. So I'll click on apply, and then the form will load like this. Okay. So once the form loads, basically what you're just doing is application now. So I'll apply. So your first name here, basically, okay, let me take you through first just the different sections that are there. Okay, so I'm just collapsing what you see as a form for you to be able to see all the sections. So you have a section on student personal details, you have a section on communication details, you have a section on previous institution details, then guardian personal details. So there's only one guardian we require for you to enter personal details for. Then guardian contact details for that guardian that you've specified the personal details. Then you have the attachment section where you attach all your certificates and other personal documents like your NRC, certified copy of your NRC, yeah, and acceptance letter and deposit slip. Then under the program details, that's where you specify the mode of study, you specify which course, you know, so you give us details according to each section, okay? So I'll start with the first section here. So the first section, like we have seen, it's personal details. So I'll enter my first name here. I'll enter if I have a middle name. I'll enter my last name. I'll enter the date of birth. I'll enter gender. All these different fields, I need to enter them. One thing you'll notice is that some fields here, as you can see, first name has an asterisk or a star there. That shows that that field is mandatory. Whichever field has an asterisk, that red star there that you see, if I can zoom in, this one here, it means that you must enter that, that field. You cannot complete the form unless you enter that field, okay? If it doesn't have, then it's optional. So in this case, if you don't have a middle name, it's still fine, you can leave it blank, okay? You don't have to enter your first name twice, no, okay? So, as in this example, I'm entering my first name there, then my last name, then date of birth. You basically come here, you can click here, you click on this small icon, then you start with the year, okay? So 1950 is when I was born, in August, on the 30th, okay? So basically when you click here, you need to select the day, the year, you need to select the month, and then the day here. So after you select all those things, as you can see down here, it says 30th August 1950. Then you know that your date of birth is correct, okay? If it doesn't appear here where it's black, then it means you have not selected, okay? So you see here, if I select a different day, as you can see, it's changed. So please ensure that for the month, for the year, you select this part. For the month, this part. Then for the day, just within this window, you select, okay? So, next, you select your gender. So if you're female, you can select female there. Of course, there is no both, so it's either or. Okay. So the next thing is nationality. So you can select your nationality there from this list of different nationalities. So you just select the country of birth. And then here on the photo, you basically need to choose a photo. What sort of photo do we need? Basically, we need a passport size photo, okay? So please make sure that you have a passport size photo, okay? Okay, so we'll just try to see if we can find one here. Okay, so if this was the passport size photo, I would choose it. Make sure it's something that shows your face and it's clear, you know. So that's the one that I've chosen. And this passport size photo must not exceed 1 MB. So make sure that it's small enough to be uploaded. Religion, you can indicate your religion there. If you're Muslim, Hindu, Christian, yeah. Blood group, if you know your blood group, you can select it there. If you don't know it, you can leave it blank. Please, if you don't know it, leave it blank. Don't put a wrong blood group. As you can see, it's not mandatory. Birthplace, if you were born in Lusaka, you can indicate it as such. Mother tongue, so which language or tribe. Okay, so please, you are not following what language I'm putting for myself. Basically, this is an example, so you would need to choose. If you're Luvale, you choose Luvale. I'm just giving this as an example, okay? So next, you need to indicate your NRC number. So if your NRC is 112233/11/1, then you indicate it as such. Or if your NRC number is ZMB something, you can still indicate it just the way it looks on your NRC card. Okay, so once that is done, then you are done with this personal details section. The next section is your address. So you put your house number, okay? So you can state there house number 23, Silverest or Silverstone Road, State House. So you give the area, you give the house number, that will suffice for your address. Okay, if you have a postal box also, you can put it there. P.O. Box 22778. Okay. Lusaka. Okay, so the next one here is city. So you specify the city. Make sure there's no space at the end. Then the country. If it's Zambia, you click on Zambia. If it's another country, Zimbabwe, you can click on Zimbabwe there. Okay. Then you put your phone number here. So your phone number would be 260-977-000-111. Okay. So you indicate your phone number, the one that you use, and if you have another one, you can indicate both of them. Okay, so if you use the same one, you can indicate it twice, it's fine, or you can indicate it on the mobile number and not on the phone number, it's fine. Okay, so after you indicate, so here I'll just indicate 2. That's if you have 2 phone numbers. If you have one, like I said, you just indicate it twice. Okay, then here on the email, basically I'll use my email address. Okay, so I'll indicate my email address there. .edu.zm. Okay, so if it's a Gmail account, make sure that it's well typed. Make sure that it's a valid email address. An email address must have an @ and it must not have a space. If it has a space at the end here, as you can see, here I have a space, okay, like this, you see? That means that this is not a valid email address, okay? So how you know that you have no space at the end? When you type M, the last character, okay? And then you click on delete, then it deletes part of that, or that last character, then you know there's no other space at the far end. So just make sure you do that check by just trying to delete or do a backspace so as to make sure that you have no space at the end. And also at the beginning, make sure that you have no spaces. So if I had a space, as you can see, it looks like a valid email, but it's invalid because of the space at the beginning. So I need to make sure that when I press backspace, there's nothing getting deleted there. So once that is done, then you're done with the student communication details. The next step is the institutional details. So if your the last institution you went to was secondary school, you can state which secondary school. So I'll state my secondary school or university, Iceland University, okay? So that ends that previous institutional details section. So the next part is the guardian personal details. So you go there, you go on the first name, which is mandatory, as you can see here. So we'll give our guardian's name, Green, the last name, White. Then what relation is this guardian to you? So you can select here, is it your father, is it your mother, or is it other? If it's your father, you can click there. If it's your mother, you can click there. If it's other, it means maybe your uncle, your cousin, your brother, your sister, or a foster parent, you know, whichever option. So if you click on other, then you need to specify on this other side what the relation is. So if it's brother, you click there. Sorry. You click there, brother. I mean, you click other, then you specify that the relation that you're referring to this person is that this person is your brother. Okay. Then date of birth, you can indicate there when they were born. 1981, March 18. Okay. Then education, what education do they have? Is it a BSc? In computer science? Okay, so you indicate there. Then the next thing is their occupation. Okay, next thing is their income. So you can give a rough estimate, but let it be something that accurately represents what the income is. So you can say maybe 5,000 USD. If that's the income for your sponsor or your guardian. So that completes that section. Then you go to the next section, which is guardian contact details. So you enter the address there, the house number. If you live at the same place, 23. Silverstone. State House. Okay, so basically you indicate the area. You can, if there's a road, you can indicate the road. Basically, it has to be something that is helpful for us to be able to find that location. Okay, then the city, and the reason for finding that location would be, you see, if it's an emergency and we needed to contact them and we're not able to reach them on phone, we would make the effort of locating where you live. So it's very important for us to have these details. They are not for the purpose of misuse. We basically want to make sure that in case of anything, at least we have all the details that would help us in any given situation to be able to assist or make the most of any given situation. Okay, then the phone number, you can, if they have two, you can indicate both. If it's only one, you can indicate it, 2609660009. Okay. Then you can indicate also their email address. So say green at, please make sure when you're typing any email address, try and type it out so that it's accurately done, you know. If you copy and paste, you might copy and paste, then there's a space like that. That is incorrect. Make sure that there's no space at the end or at the beginning like this. Okay, so I've already spoken about that. So just to reiterate. Okay, so next is the attachment section. So here is basically you uploading the different documents that you have, and the instruction there says attachments of applicants in this section will be transferred to student's profile while admission. So the size of an upload must be less than 5 MB. Okay, so make sure whatever documents you have, they are not exceeding 5 MB. So the first one here is certified copy of your NRC or passport. So you can basically upload any of them. It's not necessary for you to upload both of them. Okay, so whichever applies. For local students or those coming from within Zambia, you can upload your NRC certified copy. For those coming from outside, international students, you can upload your passport, okay, or a certified copy of your passport. Okay, so the next thing is we need a supporting document, which is grade 12 results. So that has to also be uploaded. Then you have any degrees, diplomas, or certificates you have. That's in the case where you are even looking for exemptions. That would be very needful for you to do that. So like the instructions were given there in the first step that I showed you as we were loading the first page where we were choosing the academic year. There were exemptions there, so the instructions stated that you needed to give the detail of the subjects covered in your diploma or certificate or your degree, so that those are the ones that will be considered during the assessment of your exemptions. Okay, so all those documents will go to the department, and then they'll be able to assess and give you feedback. Okay, so the next step is for you to upload your acceptance letter which you've received from us. So you upload that, then you upload your deposit slip. Okay, so how are you uploading these things? So basically all these except the degrees and diploma are mandatory. As you can see, they have red stars there. Okay, so that means they are mandatory. So I'll select a document by clicking on, as you can see here, it says no file selected. Okay, so I'll click on choose file. Then it will ask me where do I want to choose the file. So I'll choose a location on my phone. Then I'll select the document. As you can see, it's loading now. And where it's written no file selected now, there is a change there. As you can see, the other ones are written no file selected, but this one has screenshot, which is the file that I've selected. Okay, so you do that for each and every document. Of course, here I'm just giving you an example, so I'll just upload the very same thing. But for you, you don't upload the very same thing. You basically follow these labels here that are given. So right now I would be uploading my acceptance letter. It loads. I go to the next one, my deposit slip, and then I know that all of them have been successfully loaded. Okay, so the last section is the program details. So here is where you select your course. So you have different courses here. So the list is very long. So in case you don't find your program, make sure you look all the way to the bottom. Okay, so there is the order in which they are is there are health courses first here. So you have nursing, you have public health, you have clinical medicine, which is the evening class on City campus. If you wanted full-time, you would apply on Makeni campus. Or if you wanted to apply in Ndola, you would apply on the Ndola campus platform, not on City campus. Okay? Then you have abridged nursing. Then after that, you have courses under the Faculty of Education. So these are the ones that appear here, which are Bachelor of Science with Education, Bachelor of Art in Education. Then you have the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, where you have Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Psychology and Counseling, Bachelor of Arts in Leadership and Practical Theology. Okay, then the next section you have courses that are under hospitality. So you have diploma in tourism and hospitality management and certificate in general hospitality and so on and so forth. Okay, so after the last one under this faculty or under this under this faculty, then you have the Department of Postgraduate Studies. So you have the PhD programs there, and then the master's programs appearing there. And then lastly, you have also the postgraduate diploma in teaching methodology and postgraduate diploma in governance and political leadership. Then lastly, you have the foundation class. Okay. So be sure to select the correct program. Okay, please make sure you select the correct program, the one that you received the acceptance letter for. Okay, so after you select there, then you select the course. Then the next thing that you're going to select is the intake that you're applying for. So is it next year that you want to join us? Is it January 2023 that you want to join us? Or is it this July 2022 that you want to join us? If it's next year, you basically click there. By default, it selects for you the July 2022. So you make sure that this blue thing, this blue radio button is on the correct month or correct intake, I would say. Okay, so once that is selected, you select the mode of study. So there are three. You have full-time, distance, and evening class. So depending on the program, you may choose evening class. Okay, so evening class only applies for diploma in clinical medicine on City campus. Okay. The rest of the programs will either be full-time or distance, okay? So you select one of them, and then do you need exemptions? That's the last part. If yes, you click on yes. If no, you click on no. If you're not sure, just leave it blank, okay? So once that is done, then you have successfully completed filling in this form, and then the next step is to click on this button here, which is proceed, okay? Once you click on proceed, it will tell you please wait. So what has happened here now is that it's giving me a preview of the application, as you can see here on top, a preview of the application. What is this preview? The preview is basically showing you all the details and overview of everything that you've entered for the various sections. So on student personal details, this is what I entered. So I can review and make sure that all the details that I've provided are accurate and are correct and are valid. Please give us the correct details. This is very important for us to keep. We cannot afford to, to just key in details that are inaccurate or that are false. That's a very serious offense. So please ensure that what you provide are the correct details and details that we can use during your time here at this institution. Okay, so review all the different sections carefully, making sure that all the sections are correct. Take your time, So is this what I entered? Have all my uploads been done correctly? If yes, then you see all these links that are here, that are being shown here, the words, okay? Then the program as well, exemptions, everything. So basically I have entered and I'm satisfied, okay? If you're not satisfied, maybe you've made a mistake somewhere, you can click on this button here. This button down here which says edit application, okay? When you click on edit application, it will take you back to that part where I was filling in all these details, okay? So if you made a mistake, say on uploading, you uploaded the wrong document, you would click this X here, okay? So if, say for instance, what I uploaded for maybe the degree was a wrong upload, you can click on the X here on the side for you to be able to re-upload, okay? So you'd click on choose file again, then you select the correct upload, just the same process we had gone through. If it was one of these certified copies, as you can see, there's no X this side. So how would you do that? Basically, you would just click here to choose another file, okay? Okay, so basically this will be able to replace what you had previously done. So then you update by clicking at the bottom there. Then as you can see here, I have whatever updates I've done have been done now. I can see them applied to my registration form. Okay, so once you have verified and made sure that everything is correct, then you click on submit. Okay, so you click on submit, then it will ask you, are you sure you want to submit your application? You basically say okay. If you say cancel, it will take you back. Okay, then you can edit, you can do not click on discard, because when you discard, it means that you're throwing away that application, and you would need to start this process over again. Okay, so that's what this discard application would mean. So you click on submit application. Are you sure you want to submit your application? You click on yes. Oh, okay, sorry. Then on top here, as you can see, it has given me something. It has said, thank you for registering. Your application has been saved successfully. Okay, so if you wanted to add a new registration, if say you were doing it with a colleague, then your colleague also wants to apply, then you'd click there, the add registration. If you wanted to print your application, basically it has given you another summary here of your application. If you wanted to print it, you have a printer, you click on print application. If you want to download it, you can still click on print application. Then it will load in another page. Have you seen it's loaded in another page? So once this loads like this, you can download or you can save it if you need to. Open in, then I would click on save to files. Then I will be able to download this onto my phone. Okay, it's important that you save it like that so that you have a copy and you can send that and you can use that to make follow-ups. Okay, so I think that was a run through. If there are any more questions, you can use the platforms that we've provided for you on the WhatsApp groups, and we'll be sure to assist you wherever you find challenges. Thank you so much for listening in, and we look forward to having you join us, and be sure to get in touch with whatever you need help with. Thank you.